Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie loving maniacs? This your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor, and today I'm going to talk about 28 Years Later, The Bold Tipple, which is the newest film within the 28 whatever franchise. I went to the theater to go see it, so let's review. And quick side note, I have this little clip-on mic that I'm using, so let me know how this video is with the little clip-on mic and how I sound. So 28 years later, The Bone Tipple takes place sometime after the events of the first film, well, third film technically, 28 years later, in which we follow Alfie as he is now within part of this little cult group called the Jimmies, and then they get rattled up with Ray Fiennes' character from the last film. But basically, they continue to live life through this post-zombie apocalypse that started with the rage virus that began in the first film. And you still have this one race of zombies called the Alphas, in which they're a little smarter and more brutal than the other zombies. But then one of them, named Samson, he begins to gain consciousness again, and Ray Fiennes' character continues to play along with that, and could possibly be a future where the zombies begin to gain consciousness. Now, the first part of this particular story, 28 Years Later, was released last summer, and I walked away from that film feeling a little underwhelmed, but I recently rewatched it to prep for this new movie, and I've kind of warmed up to it. But The Bone Temple is a whole lot better, in my opinion. Now, this new film is directed by Nia DaCosta, who is a young, up-and-coming black female filmmaker that I've had my eye on for quite some time, and I've, for the most part, liked everything she's put out. I mean, while the original Candyman is still my favorite, I did like her take on Candyman from the 2021 reboot. The Marvels, I mean, I don't blame her for that movie, I blame the Marvel Machine for that. So when I heard that she was taking on the 28 franchise, I thought, you know what, that just might work. I feel like this franchise is more suitable to her sensibilities as a filmmaker, and it definitely shows in this film. I do feel like this film is a lot more focused, it's a lot more forward, it definitely drives the series forward, whereas with the first 28 years later, it felt like two stories stitched together, whereas this one, it was a lot more focused, and it actually followed up on the ending and some of the other things in that first film. I just like how this universe illustrates how the humans, especially the ones that were just kids when the outbreak first happened, how they're pretty much, what's the word for it? They're pretty much stuck in that phase in their lives before the zombie outbreak. So, like, for example, Jack O'Connell and his little coat, they like the Teletubbies, and so they still take that to heart. They're still stuck in that childlike mind, and they take everything that happened on the show to heart. But what I also mean is how the people that's living in this world, they become so more animalistic, and they become more unorthodox because they're just trying to survive. As for the cast, no complaints here. Ray Fiennes, to me, I like him more in this film than he was in the first film. Like, he clearly embraces this character in the world he isn't part of. And he had easily one of my favorite scenes in a movie that came out this year, and one of the best needle drops I've heard this year. I'm not going to spoil it, just go see the movie and you will see. And we're only in month one. Jack O'Connell continues to prove why he is a rising star as an actor. I did like the actor that plays Samson, even if we saw his dong a little too much in this movie. But regardless, I like his little arc in this film because, like I said, he's the alpha zombie that begins to gain more consciousness, and he's a lot more smarter than some of the other zombies. Alfie Williams, who reprises his character as Spike from the first 28 years later, I felt he was a little underutilized, but the way they end this movie, I think they're going to utilize him a lot. I have a feeling they're going to utilize him a lot better in the next movie. Not to spoil anything, but there is a cameo at the very end of the movie that made my heart sing, and they started playing music from the first film. I've said too much. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, to me, is the best since the first film, and it easily gets the hard eyes emoji. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple? If so, let me know what you think in the comments section below. This your boy, Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Peace.